What's up everybody, Fritz here, coming back at you from SVBimmer. You guys are just in time to help us out with this M5, which is on life support. Hurry up, bring it in, bring it in. It can barely breathe right now. Go ahead and pop the hood. Which is exactly why we're installing the Dinan carbon fiber intake on this M5. Come on, let's go. The first thing you'll notice with the Dinan intake is the sheer amount of gloss UV coated 2x2 carbon fiber. But this intake isn't just good looks. Dinan argues that this is the best performing intake for the F90 M5, as it offers an 11% boost in airflow from 575 CFM to 637. As well as a 35% increase in filtering surface area. Now that's not to say the OEM intake is horrible. In fact, it's more than capable of supporting up to stage 1 power demands. It's when you go beyond that you'll start to notice the limitations. And let's be honest, no M5 owner is stopping at stage 1. Stage 1 is just a warm-up for you. And just like working out, once you're warmed up and ready to get serious, you need oxygen, as does your M5. One way Dinan does this is, as we mentioned, bringing in more air. But this intake also gets rid of all those restrictive points that hamper the airflow to the engine. The inner piping of the Dinan intake is purposely as smooth and linear as possible to promote optimal laminar flow, which also helps with preventative maintenance. By getting more air to the turbo faster, the turbo doesn't need to work as hard to hit its target, resulting in lower pre-turbine back pressure, shaft speeds, and compressor discharge temperatures. Simply put, a more reliable and consistent turbo. Speaking of the turbo, in order to have all this air reach the turbo, we need to get rid of that restrictive turbo inlet piping. From Dinan, we have the same 2x2 carbon fiber that doesn't neck down to an aluminum adapter that easily clicks onto the turbo, and in a matter of minutes, the volume of airflow has been doubled. This alone can add 11 horsepower and 13 foot-pounds of torque with the stock system, and even more with the Dinan intake. Now you might be thinking, this sounds great in theory, and sure, the piping is enlarged and allows for more optimal laminar flow. But how is this intake bringing in more air if it's mimicking the OEM design? To answer this, we'll look to the top of the carbon fiber panels. And this is where we see that Dinan philosophy come into play, where Dinan only seeks to enhance BMWs and their existing systems versus doing a huge overhaul and redesign. By reusing the bottom half of the airbox, the cool airflow from the grills are maintained, and in fact is a good system. So good that only the top half needs to be enlarged for more flow, and the massive filters that go from the stock 56.5 square inches to 80 square inches per side. Often thought of as the weak point of intakes, because of the reduced sound potential, sealed filter boxes keep hot engine air out and ensure only cool outside air passes through to the turbo inlet pipe, which these air boxes hook up to seamlessly. Then there's a small modification at the top where Dinan has created a central scoop that will then channel airflow through the secondary inlet wishbone from above to the top of those air boxes. That's where the extra 11% airflow comes from. As you'll see at the end, the wishbone mimics the original M5 design to maintain hood clearance while adding in this additional benefit, thereby giving you a unique intake that's designed to work with your M5 and its existing architecture, opposed to a cookie-cutter design that's forced into place, allowing your F90 M5 to be an F90 M5, albeit with slight enhancements to sound, throttle response, and overall performance, all of which gives you more enjoyment every time you pop the hood or hit the gas to reveal the true potential with a Dinan intake on your F90 M5. And now for the breathing test, also known as the test drive.
Sound-wise.
All right, we're good. Whew. Finally, this M5 can breathe. Thanks so much for all of your help by installing the Dinan carbon fiber intake on this M5 competition. And if you want to pick up your own carbon fiber intake for your M5, please check the links down in the description. And if you have any questions for us, please leave it down in the comment section. And make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos where we save other BMWs just like this. And we'll see all of you in the next one.